Hello, welcome to the University of Mary Washington Eagle Pipe Band's online virtual Burns Night celebration. I'm Dr. Lauren McMillan. I'm an assistant professor here at the University of Mary Washington in the Department of Historic Preservation, where I teach archaeology. I am also a lifelong bagpipe player and the director of the Eagle Pipe Band. Now, we, the Eagle Pipe Band, we're really disappointed that we can't be together this year for the annual Burns Night Supper, hosted by the Scottish Society of Fredericksburg. And all over the world, these Burns Night celebrations have been canceled or postponed. This is a tradition. This is something that Scottish societies, bagpipe bands, Highland dancers, Celtic musicians, poets, people in the Scottish diaspora around the world, and just lovers of the Scottish bard, they get together every year on or about January 25th to celebrate Burns's birthday, his life, his works, and his legacy. He has become a symbol larger than who he was in life. He ties us together despite our distances and our differences. We, the Eagle Pipe Band, thought it was important that we put on our annual performance for you, our community, even if it's in the virtual realm. Now more than ever, we need that sense of community, of connection, and hope for the future. And that's what Burns stands for and what he wrote about. If we just look at two of his most famous works, Auld Lang Syne and A Man's a Man for All That, they embody the ideas of honoring our past and our traditions, while at the same time looking to the future and being hopeful for what is to come, which I think is the essence of Burns Night. While Auld Lang Syne is often attributed to Burns, it really was an old traditional Scottish ballad that he wrote down to preserve it. He did add a little bit to it. And the ballad, Auld Lang Syne, is talking about days gone by, remembering the past and where we come from. That if we look at A Man's a Man for All That, another poem that Burns wrote, and is the song that is traditionally played on the bagpipes when the haggis is brought in at Burns Night Supper. If we look at A Man's a Man for All That, Burns tells us that a man's, or a person's, it was the 18th century, a person's value comes from their character and honesty. He then ends the poem by saying, quote, "That man's a man the world over, shall brother be for all that." And when he says man to man or person to person, Burns is telling us that there is hope for a better world in which we all come together for a brighter future. The world over shall brother be. He's saying that humanity, the world, we can be a community. I think that in these times in which we have to be socially distanced, physically separated, we should remember Burns's ideas of honoring the past, but also looking to the future. And I hope that in the near future, we can all be together again to strengthen and reaffirm our community and our relationships to one another. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoy our online concert. Members of the band have worked really hard to put these videos together for you. And I do want to make one ask of you. Our band typically raises all of our funds throughout the year through performances like Burns Night. Well, we haven't had a performance since last January at the last Burns Night, which means we haven't brought in any funds this year. However, we still have expenses. We need reeds for our bagpipes. Bagpipes have 4 reeds. We need snare drum heads. We have teenagers in the band who are growing like weeds and need new kilts. And also this year, I am encouraging our students to enter these online solo competitions that are being hosted. And I would like to be able to pay for their entry fees through band funds so as not to put a financial burden on the students. I know this has been a really tough year for a lot of people, but if you have the ability to donate, we would greatly appreciate it. And every little bit counts. Literally, every little bit. $20 will pay for 2 students to enter one of these online solo competitions, or we'll replace the bottom head on a snare drum, which I know that one because I was just putting in orders. These are just expenses that we have, routine expenses. You know, $50 will buy about 3 channel reeds. $100 will buy a set of drone reeds, or bass mallets, or a pair of dancer's gillies. We would just appreciate anything. While we're not performing in person right now, we are still practicing at home and would like to be prepared for when we can get together again. We have 2 accounts to which you can donate. There's the Eagle Pipe Band Funds, which helps with things like equipment, uniforms, sending our members to workshops and to competitions. We also have the Celtic Arts Scholarship, which is scholarship money for UMW students who participate in the band. We've had a number of students benefit from this scholarship over the years, and we would like to continue to award it in the future. I will post links and directions about how to donate in the description of this video. You can also contact me at umweaglepipeband@gmail.com. Thank you. Happy Burns Night and Slán Java.